3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, on this Monday episode of We Talk. I'm Yolanda Nell, and with me I have Liana Etsebet from the Huis Maerua Children's Home, and we will be talking a little bit later to her. I hope you had a fantastic weekend. Let's jump into the news. In today's news segment, we will be taking a look at the risk awareness campaign that was launched by the City of Windhoek on Friday, together with the NSI processing plant that was opened up last week in Walvis Bay, and finally we will look at the DigiPlus platform that FNB launched last week.
Public Safety and the Citizen Welfare Advisory Committee is one of the 7 committees in the Council, advisory to Council. When we started, we were sworn in 2020. By June 2021, among all council documents or agenda items, I was so worried. We hardly saw anything from the department. And this is key. You're talking health, you're talking environment, you're talking public safety, you're talking emergency, you're talking youth, you're talking community. But then you are not seeing anything coming straight from there.
Awareness campaigns advocate for the risk communications messages to encourage a group of people to perform a certain risk reduction measure by way of giving them information and promoting the importance of adhering to risk reduction measures. The ICERAC work plan will designate in such a manner that it's opportunistic in its timing and integrates with the existing local and community development strategies. Thus, I would like to encourage all of the departments and stakeholders to make use of this platform and optimally reach out to the residents of Windhoek. We must continue to grow and water the seeds of public safety in our respective communities for the upliftment of lives of our
expand and extend our horizons to ensure that we also, to a certain extent, someday will be able to sustain ourselves as an institution, for we know that the environment is becoming very little in terms of financial sustenance, especially from the state coffers. The new facility should therefore provide an adequate space to conduct frozen and chilled fish inspections, as it is equipped with both the sensory laboratory and also the cane inspection that I just referred to, and so many other aspects that have not been there before. This adequate space should then ensure that the inspectors are aimed and equipped to process the much more diverse product range, and also to process an increased quality of products, and also allowing us as NSI to move beyond the inspection of all the perishable products, but to move into oil and all other related products as well. And I would also continue to say that the import and inspection for especially the canned fish and meat and all other fishery-related products can now be realized with the contribution that will surely, in going forward, add to the food security. If there are many lessons that we have learned through this pandemic, is for us as a country to be self-sustaining in terms of the consumables. And as much as we are inspecting, it's important that what we are inspecting to ensure that it finds its way into the market, and firstly into the local market for consumption by our
We are committed to help build a globally competitive Namibia with the understanding of all the societal and economic challenges that we face as a country. Ladies and gentlemen, financial inclusion is widely recognized as an important cornerstone of improved economic and social outcomes. It allows individuals to manage their consumptions, payments, savings, and ultimately to fully participate in the financial system and national economy. This is especially true for previously excluded groups such as the individuals in rural areas, those who are unemployed, or those who are employed in the informal sector. Financial inclusion also plays a key role in achieving the 2030 United Nations Sustainable Development Goal, or SDGs as they're known, and has also been identified as an enabler of 8 of the 17 SDGs that Namibia subscribes to. Yet the World Bank has found that 31% of adults globally do not own a basic transactional account, the initial step towards wider financial inclusion. The last FinScope study in Namibia showed that in 2017, that was the last study, found that 22% of Namibians were not in or were excluded from the financial system. So financial inclusion is therefore high on many countries' policy agenda, including our own country. It is certainly higher on our strategic agenda as a bank. Our ambition and vision for the role we play in the economy will always expand to meet the needs of our customers in order to offer holistic, inclusive financial solutions as a trusted partner to the broader society. Digital adoption is key in addressing the gaps in financial inclusion.
I'm so lost, so loopy over you, baby. Bubba, shoot the shoe. I'm so lost, so loopy over you.
Kykers, vandag gesels ons weer met Liana Etsebet en sy is 'n bekende gesig hier by Huis Maerua en ons doen die 80s.
Ja, ons probeer so 'n bietjie funky en weer bietjie teruggaan in tyd. So en dit was nogal 'n lekker tyd gewees.
Ek kan nou nie daarmee saamstem of nie, want ek was 'n 80s baba. Ek was nie 'n 80s jong dogtertjie nie.
Okay, laat my net so 'n bietjie oud voel, maar weet jy wat? Dis 'n voorreg gewees om aan die uittes te kon groot word. So ja.
En ons is besig met 'n fondsinsamelingsprojek en ons gaan lekker jive.
Ja, ag ons het maar gedink om net so vinnige iets in te gooi vir ons groot projek in September afskop. So dis net 'n lekker 80s dans. Dit's net kom net te geniet, trek aan as jy wil, bring jou versoeke. Kom ons herleef weer bietjie al ons ou bands, ou ABBA en Queen en Michael Jackson en weet alle ou lekker musiek. Ons maak die dansvloer net warm, ons kuier net lekker saam. Ons almal het so lekker gekuier met Wynand en Cherie se dans wat ons gehad het. So ja, ons wil dit graag weer doen en ons sien uit daarna.
Ek dink mense is nou weer reg om hulle litte bietjie los te maak en weer bietjie uit te kom.
Ja.
Dit is moeilik om te erken, maar ek self ook wat 'n 80s baba is, dink altyd van ja, dit was so rukkie terug, maar die 80s was 'n goeie 40 jaar terug.
Ja, en weet jy as jy gaan kyk na vandag se generasie, ek wat nou jong kinders het. Wat se musiek hou hulle van deesdae?
Ja, presies. Nee, kyk,
dit is terug in ons era in. So ja, hierdie dans is nie net vir ouer mense nie, laat ek dit so stel, maar dit is vir alle generasies. Weet die jong mense, ou mense, almal kom saam. En ja, so ek sê, kom ons geniet dit net. Kom ons maak op vir die tyd wat ons verloor het.
Vertel vir ons kostes, wanneer vind dit plaas en waar?
Dit is die 19de Augustus, dit is weer by WAP se skoolsaal. Julle kan 'n tafel bespreek, 8 persone, vingerete ingesluit, maar vir $1000, wat ek dink eintlik 'n weggeeprys is.
Beslis.
En as jy nou nie in 'n groep is nie, kan jy enkel kaartjie koop vir $130 'n volwassene en $80 'n kind of 'n pensionaris. En daar's 'n kontantkroeg beskikbaar, spesiale aanbiedinge wat ons gaan aanbied die aand. So ons weet, COVID het almal seer gemaak en dis hoekom ons wil bietjie die lag terugbring in die mense, maar weet, ons wil ook nou nie almal verarm deur dit nie. So kom, dis bekostigbaar, kom geniet dit net. Julle is welkom ons te kontak vir navraag. My e-posadres is admin@huismaerua.org of julle kan kontak op 081 586 9095. En ja, bring die familie, bring die vriende, bring die kinders en ons almal geniet dit saam.
Omdat dit 'n fondsinsamelingsprojek is, vir wat word die fondse by Huis Maerua benodig?
By ons is dit maar om ons rekeninge betaal te kry. Liana, dit is die grootste uitdaging wat ons het, is om ons water en ligte betaal te kry, ons voertuie moet gediens word, brandstof moet betaal word, skoolfondse moet betaal word, terapiekoste moet betaal word. So die lysie gaan aan en aan en aan. So ja, dit is waarvoor ons hierdie fondse regtig nodig het en ons waardeer die hulp wat ons kry. Ons wil net vir al ons ondersteuners sê wat deur die maande, deur die jaar ook help. Weet, ons waardeer, al dink jy dit is 'n klein bietjie, die een sakkie kruideniers wat jy aangebring het, dit help ons saglik baie. Die mense besef nie wat elke bietjie doen op die einde van die dag nie.
Ja.
So ja, kontant is maar altyd 'n groot ene en ja, ons het rekeninge om te betaal. So dit is maar hoekom ons hierdie goedjies moet doen.
Hoeveel kinders is tans in julle sorg?
Ons het tans 19 kinders in ons sorg en wat van die ouderdom van 2 jaar af tot en met 17 jaar is. So dit is 'n uitdaging.
Ek weet wat se uitdaging my 2 woelwaters is. So ek kan my net indink 19 kinders is meer as net 'n handvol.
Ja, huisouers het hulle hande vol, maar ek moet sê hulle kwyt hulle nogal goed van hulle taak. So
Ek wil bietjie vat aan julle groot projekte van September. Wat gebeur dan?
Jong, ek weet nog nie of ek opgewonde moet wees en of ek bang moet wees of ek bly moet wees of wat nie. Maar ja, ons is seker maar opgewonde is die regte woord. Fatman kom vir ons toer. Hy kom regdeur hy gaan van Gobabis, Aranols, Mariental, Otjiwarongo, Swakop en dan kom hy terug in Windhoek in. Dit gaan 'n groot dag wees op Vegkop Stadion. Ek wil nie nou te veel sê nie. Die mense moet maar media dophou, so van volgende week af sal dit als in die media wees. En ja, Fatman, hy kom dorp toe en hy bring sy kampkommandant saam. So nee, ons is bitter baie opgewonde vir hierdie een. Soos ek sê, hou ons sosiale media dop. Luister Cosmos 94.1 met al die aanbiedinge wat ons gaan hê. En ja, kom ondersteun ons met hierdie toer ook wat opkom.
Kykers, daar het julle dit. Kom dress 90s, nee ek jok. Kom dress 80s. Kom dans. Kom drink 'n glasie wyn en geniet 'n peselappie.
Bring jou versoek wat ons vir jou moet speel.
Ek dink dit gaan lekker wees.
Nee,
Baie
wat-
dankie vir jou tyd.
Ja, dit is 'n groot plesier en baie dankie vir julle vir die geleentheid ook.
Ek sien julle daar in my pakkie.
Ek hoop so.
Ek sal daar
Die
wees.
weer gaan beter wees, dit beloof ek.
Ons is nou weer terug. For today's recommendation, I am taking you all the way to Argentina. So, during my Google searches, I came across Asado braais, which is a lot like the spit braais we have here, but some people are actually making the Asado braai here in Namibia. So it is the technique and a social event of having or attending a barbecue in various South American countries. An asado usually consists of beef, pork, chicken, and chorizo, which are cooked on a grill or an open fire. It is generally accompanied by red wine and salads, and who's going to say no to that? So the history of this way of cooking is that large herds of wild cattle roamed much of the Pampa region of Argentina until the mid-19th century. Inhabitants of the Rio de la Plata, especially the equestrian Guacu, developed a fondness for beef, especially asado, which is roasted beef, lamb, or goat. The meat, often a side of ribs, is skewered on a metal frame called an asador and is roasted by placing it next to a slow burning fire. Now, if you really want to bring out extra flavors, you also hang pineapples and red peppers and yellow peppers together with that for a nice smoky taste, and you can also use those vegetables while enjoying your meat. This is also a social event and families gather round for hours while the meat is being prepared, just laughing, having a drink and having a good time. So, a skillful asador will produce whole steaks that are nicely charred and smoky on the outside while tender and delicious on the inside. It's totally possible to achieve the same results with a gas grill or a kettle like a Weber, as long as you have some patience and stick to low and slow. So, if this makes your mouth water, then go Google where to get asado in Windhoek, or you know what? Just get some people and do a spit.
Bookings for Namibia Tourism Expo 2022 are open. The expo will take place from 3 to 5 November 2022 in Windhoek. To secure your booking, visit nte.nmh.com.na, and for more information on the expo, follow all Namibia Media Holdings platforms. The expo is supported by the Ministry of Environment, Tourism and Forestry, Namibia Tourism Board, FENATA, City of Windhoek, and Namibia Media Holdings. Namibia Tourism Expo, taking tourism to the regions.
Hi everybody and welcome back to Flex. I'm Jeanette Dielgaard, your presenter for Flex. Now today we will be stretching our back, especially if you have lower back pain. So I'm just going to show you a few movements that will help you in this regard. Okay, so we're going to do a child's pose right here. So a child's pose, the reason why it's such a good stretch for your lower back is because it stretches out your glutes and it also stretches into your spine. So you can do these movements whenever you have a lower back pain. But if the pain persists, obviously you would have to go to your doctor. And then what we're going to do now, we're also going to stretch our knee out, okay? So you're gonna have your legs bent, your feet should be flat on the floor. I don't want this, I don't want, weird things. It should be completely flat, okay? So you'll just bring up, okay, so let's first do this one. So you bring it up, okay, and you have the one leg out in front of you. So this will also help you. It does actually this, it also helps with the same muscles that the child's pose does. So a lot of times stretching your glutes, doing stretches that stretch your glutes assist in that lower back pain problem that we all have sometimes. So that brings me to the end of this one. I'll see you next time.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, welcome to another exciting edition.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's all from my side for today. If you want to join the Huis Maerua Children's Home fundraiser, please give them a call and get your tickets, because I think the tickets are going to fly out fast. Also, if you don't know where to get your 80s gear, Costumes Galore is your place to go. We will be back tomorrow with a brand new interview and a recommendation. Goodbye.